Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Neat 100.9.
The best station in the capital is
in order to abort and defend the glory of God, so
What's yet the Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Neat 100.9.
the best station in the capital, Neat FM.
What's yet the Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Neat 100.9. What's yet the Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Neat 100.9.
Oh,
wotie the Torchlight dwumadie ɛwɔ NIT 100.9. Wotie the Torchlight dwumadie ɛwɔ NIT 100.9.
Right, and then you may yamu akwa bed by NIT 100.9 and ne eye bena and ne yawada. Yawada ne bena de bia Jumedia yede bro aja to the day say Torchlight and yet na say ayede brewo. Said ya winimono eye purely politics amanyo sem and ye ba beye ewaha and ne enyumre. Na so far bibisa say political space in the mono it was saying your belly by 150 days. Na ye koni akwa akoto aba na ye kwa akoto aba your decision for civil responsibility adie say wo kokoye because we are wadwen say onkoto aba ye de beka akoto ye de beka akoto aba na ye de yi nipa wo mpe na ye de na maw eti looking at the political atmosphere and samagodo amanyofo yi wo mo ka kire yen say grand de ye tene say a debate between Dr. Baumia. Dr. Baumia is calling for a debate. Hey, Talamanyo friends are telling me na monya consistent kakrao. Dr. Baumia is calling for a debate. John Dramani Mahama, minim say odianu ye ba na so de beba. Because yabeka yehua ahead of 2016 elections, John Dramani Mahama is calling for a debate. And Dr. Baumia a reply and say master so we debate be ya. Ko na ne Ghana for na ebre no, wo no mo go eza debate no. Ko na ne Ghana for no sa Ghana for no go debate no. Na we are wansa eye 170 and no Christ wasn't questions, 170 statements o make here or the man the then vice president. Uremi Sata na go bon for the crazy. But then Dr. Baumia is calling for a debate between Onone John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama is what say, Master, over debate be ya. Exchange rate in the baby and in the money. Eti na kwaka bibi for exchange rate no. So they say baby ababe do no. So in your view, do we need a debate? Yeah, debate. Say the major political parties and answer one more. Woman ya crowd say woman per se woman phone ye ba ya bato on krata so. Woman be debate na etime inform your decision as to why they say ye to abamano. Because and many can say many are one of the presidential aspirants or ye independent candidate. All vice or person jina 2024 a few way about na basono. Ono so bejina se kwanten kro as an independent presidential aspirant ye ka say na me ne ba be din komo na me bisa no na ni so ade hunu ono so ehia say ye be multi platform na yenya debate wo nyina ba we toto ma no na wo ma kire no ma ete say wo mo the intime inform your decision na ye de akwakoto abanana well me did the luxurious AGYEMANG but ya said be my care champion obo me chido mo apais be do ban say na obi opene wa Abdullahi Dasman woman na eboame mo van chem na no pa kra the morning show no so no o say voice na yina akra but ne ma yewi kakaduro nti adwumre de e be say voice ne ye pa o chena so ye de ye be ginem wo ye de adwuma ye de tu ye ka wo ye de ye be ginem don't worry enti ene ye be di nkomo na ye ne eye Richard Suma a 2024 independent presidential aspirant aye kasei o prese obegina se kwantenkro na yato no suaba na so far eye the running mate at the man Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Dr. Matopoko Prempe so far nensem okoka ye no I'm say abi before so mo defend at the end come up mo defend the power but who say politics of inconsistencies ye mo bi na ye di amanyo semechi ate no aya na amanyo fo eto de bi amaka na mo ho ye esere ana esere o ana wo hu ne sa won ye ka no kra kire ma mo na ade no mo kwa mo na mo kwa akodi mutumi o mo politicians no ye no ye te ba bi ye di adokono ni amako enti se ensam ne ba se ya ye tim betra radio so na te baka se amasa ade we mo ye very careful but I can see say MPP defended in some Dr. Matopoku Prempe eka no womu defending it heavily well mo betimi defend it and then I'm tie Richard Ahiagba the communication director of the MPP yes na nani abere a ono no kire say ye ka the performance of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and then another Danko Akufo-Addo de toto ho a nobody obia men well mo defending you mo defending ye because Samuel Bisamia me personal opinion kwanya Dr. Matopoku Prempe efa so e kan na sem no because one more my political science man no when him say you was the substance and the procedure right who was the substance kwanya befa so transmitted the substance one shall not procedure na kwa wrong and it's a man for decoding statement na one be decode according to said the nipa suit no but mind you MPP o say samoko famo Kwame Nkrumah no kra me ekona me gina samoko famo Kwame Nkrumah no kra well obetimi aka say yes unprecedented say yati na do da Akufo-Addo akabi your friend is saying Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na munakabi unprecedented BC da oh ye akwan ye BC da ye boy BC da no problem and they say aka but say no challenge na wo no say o say mo Kwame Nkrumah no kra so tale say MPP say mu defend here mo ye very careful na ade no said the anameka no political inconsistencies enam every medium nti eye say every medium a enye every medium a eye eti wo kra no wo try say wo betene no waka no kra na ewo mu a also a problem ye be hwe colors edwura wo ye nhwe substance ye nhwe sama wo ka no meme gidi say Dr. Matopoku Prempe sansem we de one kan sa na ka better say one kan sa say mokofa mo Kwame Nkrumah na yes it charged atmosphere which in a political platform so wo kasa crowd no budget so sa hono say one ka say mokofa mo Kwame Nkrumah no mokofa mo Kwame Nkrumah maza say one kan sa nana ka ye better obetima ka say MPP performance unprecedented and that's how brofu we dey maka aka me at and that's maka tens of thousands die but at the moment abeka say mo kofa mo Kwame Nkrumah no a one problem no eti eya manfo adwen say yen ye decode a ebe ya adwen say you don't even recognize Osadio for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Sa na be nipa bi adwen. Eba ne sa na obia bekasa de asem no ope no. But I can see the MPPs are defending, and I can see the NDCs are throwing bombs. To be a fire. If medium, yeah, ni medium, politics of inconsistencies. Anyway, yen na need actually. Anything I'm saying, Ghana for me, I gullible no. I'm on your seminar, yeah, no, and your gullibility in the idea. Because ye knew she crown, eh? Sir, Abratiana, Oconwa, Adriana, Ucha, and Tony Renzi. Chef Smith, at Danny Yen, between me morning show, so now you know, Chef Smith, I had you congratulations. Oh, gullibility, I'm much larger. Or Daniel, my Indian, now peace of family line, no boho. Congratulations. China will say, Dr. UN Crown. So, when in your cabby beach, say, what's it be beer? A yabo, chiliche. It's a man your phone is one more cassa, regardless of the political party that you belong to. It is a chiliche. You shouldn't be gullible. But chiliche, we say, as someone or can it say, so that's here. And no near manual seminar say yen ready and idiot. It is a one PPO, or one DCO, or PPPO, or me papa gum party moi. Regardless, say nipane can some boy chiliche. Say as some wakana, saying it here. It's now I can see a trendy airco, a yebeu baby, to sign the body, that you call cocoa. Put any 100.9 you made in your torchlight and name me a year students are one free university for media arts and communications and they your friend a Unimac IJ and can in a Ghana Institute of Journalism say a university for media arts and communication institute of journalism and then students in our women chairman on bidding come we are many a year Richard Suma a year 2024 independent presidential aspirant ono so ye ne ba bedin come extensively na ye bisa no nani so ade hono oko Facebook live a ye NIT 100.9 FM NIT 100.9 FM eno no ye Facebook live comment bi a wo bi an na de ato ho na ya kenkan na ye de amount saranso na owo asem bisa bi de ma the 2024 independent presidential aspirant Richard Suma, I never been common, and so the two I back in time. WhatsApp message is already for 050-372-1744. 050-372-1744. But why yet Daniel Afferry? Daniel Afferry, a student, so a Unimac IJ. Daniel, me want to say?
I'm you no way.
Namia Domoko. Mugusu, see how they are.
Oh, what level say? Oh, 300.
Level 300.
Yeah, 300.
Ah, okay. All right. Okay. All right. And I say, if you are I say, so I say, Madrid to say, I lay in the microphone here, man, I'm going to do. What to say? Okay. Musumuku Susiadio. Na Zubaida Rashid on the on the boom chidom into on so woman in every University for Media Arts and Communication Institute of Journalism. Na Daniel, most of the weekend, the more you school.
Okay, and yeah, Yambua, Senecan, weekend we dear, yeah, Bibia, Yafia to need mentorship dinner. Was it every
mentorship dinner?
Yeah, mentorship dinner. The third Unimark IG mentorship dinner.
When I told me,
yeah, when I told me inside the third year, the third edition, yeah. Was it every year, be every second semester of the level 300 students, be a Kanyama, a project our students near home. Your course in events management. Okay. As part of course, no a conference, a binum year dinner, a binum organized trip, a binum year tour to voter engineer there. By year, the NSA, a bet organize dinner. Okay. So aim of course, ne say be boss students, amomunya skills in terms of event management. Into teams be bri omo buama program na ye de marketing ye na ye promote events no.
Okay.
Even so na skasem no finance. Onum so mo edwuma no ebim so na protocol no mo hwehwe say light in kunya e be rent.
Anti ma chichem.
Yeah, you are chichem
mo team anim ha ye media.
Yeah,
the media publicity.
Yeah, marketing for. Ebinum so omo hwe aduane a ebinum say dinner entumi nya dinner without aduane nti ebinum so hwe aduane a eba bedi na yen so sa na hwe mentors a anasa na drum ne eba be kesa omo ne eba be ombe kyerɛ ade un say ye student omo no mo wo edwuma no mu ache so omo mo experience nti ye no ye eba be kono ye ne omba be ye network ne ade ye no nti na me wa.
Okay, so what do you do? About some ye den activity be na play a role. I say obetima be.
Okay.
Oh. I say Gaza.
Pacho a mentorship dinner. Until senya minuane kaya no. Yeah, friend omo industry ni madeda. Na omo ni abedi nkomo eni nkita hudi na omo train every day be every day be I say there's a difference between the course or classroom and the course our bonte. And so omo no mo enim, omo no mo di enim, omo no ma ko ejan. So omo be train senya ye be niema ye hia internship opportunities, employment opportunities in the industry. Omo ba be chwe mu ye na omo be kasa. So this will give the students a platform to talk to those who are already in the industry. Omo wo ejuma ni mo deda.
Yeah.
Omo ni ye ba be di nkita hodi.
Okay.
So that's
all right.
what the mentorship dinner is about.
Okay, so Nipa Benz and Motos are from.
Okay, so okay, so for this year edition, Nipa 4 na edi omoba. Your Madam Sofia Kujoji, no free Jospon group of companies, your chief corporate communications officer.
Okay.
There's also Robert Clark, a PR for Charterhouse, your George Quay, or media names, and I or Emma Wenani, also free also free Jospon.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you intend to achieve?
Yeah, so
you are the student.
Yes. So as students we aim to connect and then network with Nkrofono Mobano. So there be a chance bi ejumomu ana bibia ye nimbia no mo back train na e bi hu.
Okay. Na yanhwe program no time ben e sha se.
Okay.
Activities ben na woman sana. One more special guest na may invite you no. One more bit deliver one speeches to you, one bit demonstrate. Okay,
so Saturday night is a very simple night. Like the whole thing dinner just I can say the mentor say barbecue.
It's a moody dinner.
Yeah, dinner is yeah.
Ebiano mo the other man invite me.
Oh, senior dada. My young na yako school say.
Okay. Enti was it where the third edition, right?
Third edition.
Team Ben Amodia Toso.
Okay.
Our theme for this year's mentorship dinner is nurturing connections, inspiring futures.
Nurturing connections, inspiring futures. Why this theme?
Okay.
So it's a mentorship dinner. And so students a chance to talk to more industry so that they can give them connections, and then under the influence of the mentors they will be able to inspire them for our future. So we have Emma Wenani, she's a fashion she's into fashion PR. Exactly, so it would inspire our futures. We have the students will be able to speak to the mentors, so that the mentors would give us knowledge, insights into what is happening out there in the industry. Before we go out there, we get a chance to gain insights, so that it shapes us as future PR people.
But I think this is the third time I'm all here.
Yeah, like third batch.
The third batch. Okay, the previous two, Mabwe who say one more a year, in your impact be.
Oh yeah. Even your internship opportunities for companies with say just one group near that. Even more women in PR and other.
So you find out that there are more a result.
Yes,
a result oriented.
Yes.
Why best I'm of finance?
A basic assembly, sika na event. Students, sika na but your microphobia mutum who so mbe buying, you sponsors sponsors be how more buying. It is an finance event.
Ever go so?
Because new campus Jolu or your campus for no or Jolu.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
I
Yeah,
did.
Joe.
Yeah.
no.
Patch your honor.
When it because
South Legon campus.
and I say that being
Saturday with 13 July 6 p.m.
Saturday
Yes.
6 p.m.
Patch
to
your
9
It's
p.m.
students the door saying that you're showing them some mobile
Ben nipa 200. 200 nipa 200. But patch your move to team say for students when a ticket in so count ticket single ticket yeah 50 cedis and a double yeah 90.
And no for the students and
Yes, patch your students.
And
It's an
students.
event, you know. Events mainly for students in our school.
okay.
So it's not.
It's students that will school when I'm all on tickets in the
patch
amount.
on.
Okay,
Yes,
that
sir.
single ticket. What's it?
Single near 50
ticket
cedis. 50 cedis and a
50
double near 90.
90 cities. And no for students in the world.
Aye.
It's in and your free as will be
Patch your
Patch
David.
your
We say yeah, boka kakra. Taking the tickets and so say be boy.
Because I'm can't say obi mo mates phone be tell me can say.
Now,
And the internet said.
Obi we echi a person or share the course so person or share the yeah will be streaming live.
Yeah,
so
you
they
be
can
streaming
connect.
live or full
Oh,
pump page.
platform benzo.
Full pump IG or Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You be stream.
Popa IG.
Yes,
Patch
full
on.
pump IG.
FOPAM.
PAM, Faculty of Public Relations,
Oh, okay.
Advertising and Marketing.
Oh, all
The
right.
Facebook
okay.
page, you be streaming all.
Oh, okay.
So, be our person show up on team. You be me a join it.
It's here this Saturday,
Patch on
Aye.
13
Oh.
July.
13th July.
Yeah.
6 to
All right.
9 p.m.
80 at the end of the program lady. We did the same. Mo benya the necessary connections
Any name,
and the
any
necessary
Yes.
nurturing.
patch on.
Na etimi
Knowledge.
aboa.
Yeah.
Eye mo so wow za mo moba. Eye the space in the mo
Patch on.
industry space in the mo.
Patch on.
Okay. Well, so I say at the end I walk what are you telling your colleagues?
Okay, so Mecca said the mentorship dinner is a good opportunity. Say you skills, our courses are anymore. So this helps us to get on the job skills. It helps us. So would encourage people to stream live, to watch, and then I would encourage the students to also get the tickets and come. It will be a life-changing moment. It will be a life-changing event for them.
Okay. Azari. Also, Danny, and then I also cultural.
Yeah, so I'm going kind of Wakabi. It's going to be a life-changing moment. It's an opportunity for you to come and connect with the industry professionals. I'm going to name their course with you. Once you be a better classroom, I'm going to my age, I'm going to name their course. It's an a boy, Timunina Mumbra. Tickets 50 cedis, and I'm a double 90 cedis.
90 cedis. So Saturday.
13 July.
All right. Time no 6 a.m.
6 p.m.
Hey, 6 p.m.
Patch on.
And you ready?
Patch on.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. But apart from one more matters are free. Any a year a month for at least boy can come on. More any other special activities be woman.
Pacho.
As it is a dinner, no, a bedu baby, as I say, omudidi and any man. Among the invitees are Omobano.
Yeah.
We have other people who are also in the industry.
Okay.
So during that time, they get the chance to talk to those people. Relate with them one-on-one, because these are people are on the normal. No, unya chance. So So there's that interactive session. One-on-one.
All right. Okay. That's good. Any contact numbers available?
Okay.
You'll be person contact someone.
Okay. All your students now person talk tickets number nini 020-222-7191 020-222-7191 and now between
020-222-7191.
020-222-7191. But your friend me number Daniel and now between a full pump page no so ko ho a obe hu bibia o.
It is obviously a student or other university or tertiary institution or person. The person will come and when they target any among
Yes,
Thank
because
you very
yeah,
much.
you see
because yes,
yeah,
because you're on the public radio.
yeah,
Okay.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people are listening.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I encourage streaming live.
yeah, in two person here, person will be
Okay.
up, so bit me
Wow.
joining on Facebook.
Full
Okay.
live coverage into the streaming.
All right.
Everything.
Okay. Danny Afari. Danny Elemeda Masawai.
Actually,
Some
you
by
say that,
it. Anybody actually. Beso me stream na ma share there.
Pressure streaming.
Good. And I say,
Yes.
yeah, that's it. Some of the kind.
Medas.
Nyame mo amana o ma mo successful event. God willing Saturday. All right, thank you so much. All right. I was away students one more free University for Media Arts and Communications Institute of Journalism. UNIMAG. IJ. Omba high. And I me Saturday. Omu di jumedi sronko. Our matuni mentorship dinner. Where the 3rd edition. And a woman day by Basso. Ewo UNIMAG. Joblu. Am campus na Joblu Hanano. A one jumedianum. Basso. Now, Zena Mekan me guest or would you media so? Or year 2024 ya freeway about to na ebe kosono or your independent presidential aspirant. Yanin baby didn't come, your friend Richard Suma. Richard Yamakwaba.
Yo, brape me that was say.
That's saying,
oh, Yamenti baby aboko.
Yeah, then Yakopa say Richard Suma.
Yes.
It didn't know.
Yes.
I'm about your Ufre.
Volta region.
Volta region.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I feel we are about to announce on Oba.
Yes.
As independent candidate.
Yes, as independent candidate.
That's right. Now Obi Ebisasa Richard Suma why? What would you say?
Yo, brape first of all, no meda utie for ni nyirase. Na mada Ghana for nyirase na mada wankasa swasi na producers. Fa akwenya kesiye we amama on this huge platform, NIT FM platform. It's quite a big platform, you know, yebeda obiasi. To answer your question, I always start my introduction as I am a servant of God. I'm a messenger of God. I'm an elect of God. I am a man that God has set on a mission, a man that God has given an assignment, a specific assignment to become a source of hope and inspiration to my people at a certain given point in time. So professionally, I am a marketing consultant. I'm a media practitioner too. And I'm also an advocate. I've been an advocate for the development and empowerment of the informal sector for almost 12 years of my life. I've worked with the skilled labor, i.e., the Ghana National Association of Hairdressers, the beauticians, the carpenters, the masons, the mechanics. I've been at the forefront of seeing how best we can champion their plight and make sure that particular attention is paid to them to see how we can formalize the informal sector and use that pace to enhance domestic revenue mobilization and to create jobs. That is what I've been doing over the years. And sana me to keep moving.
But now when the mainstream politics and all that.
No, I am not a politician and I've never liked politics because in our part of the world, politics has become something that is more or less considered as something meant for the rich and affluent and people who also belong to a political fraternity, whether good or bad, they stick to it because the system like a kind of political fundamentalism system that we practice. Therefore, I have never been interested in any of these political parties because I see that or what's a cutting edge, or whatever the solution of Ghana here to see no be anywhere only such solution, media man family who I then and bata obiada. All right, I have voted.
Yeah.
I voted not because I believe say any of them has anything good to offer me, but as a responsible citizen,
you have to go and vote.
I have to go and vote.
But I didn't motivate you to join the radar 2024 presidential elections.
Respectfully, I will need the I am not somebody who just woke up from bed and maybe I'm delusional or hallucinating and I decided to join this particular race. Like I said, I've been reserved. God spoke to me when I was at the age of 22 because I wanted to be a Roman father when I was growing up because I was a mad servant. I love God and I've always had crazy dreams when I was growing up as a child. Say like when you grandfather mu call baby assemble kwa share asem kesiye bi wo mwenimba almost all the time I'm the only guy who gets out of the many.
Oh.
And that has been my upbringing. And minyi ye kwana mi mami mu ka kire mi say osofu bi kwana beti sorry once in our hometown. Obian kwa sorry no mi nko a mesu mami sa ti so dware mi. Na di mu akotena osofu ni nchen mi ni nkwa na beti na ho sa ti so opon ansa na mi mami be den eba family. So I have always had this love for God. At the infant school of mine, Takwa Bae, I was working with Kingdom Transport. I was doing well. I started as a mechanic, as an engineer. I was doing well. Before the anytime in your quiet time, you see the Spirit urging you to resign from your place of work, take up your destiny, take up your cross, follow Christ, because God has an assignment for you. He has a mission for you. But I asked God, how can I leave my place, or how would I eat? How would I survive? But one thing led to the another, and eventually I had to resign from KTS. And ever since I resigned, I took my destiny into my own hands, and I've been worked upon by God until this very moment. He himself deems it proper or fit, say he will want to unveil me to the people of God and country. Say obisu ohwa omuntie na sem kakra. Say obia onusu wo nyansambia odiba on board. Ye nyina ye betumi moving forward as a nation. That is how come midi mi ho abo for you say I want to be part of this year's election in terms of being a president of the republic, which I know is not a baby's job, but if you have God inside you, there is nothing that is bigger than him to do.
Okay, it's not just your intentions to become a presidential candidate as an independent person. It was a direction from God.
Exactly so. I didn't just wake up. To be sincere with you, if I look at the political space in Ghana now, how muddy the territory has become, how vicious and vindictive the system is, and how we have monetized the system. If you just tackle that against there is no way I would have ever dared to do this. But then I look at the children. Also, the children and the unborn ones. Now, this is not a proper country. If you have a country where there is no deliberate program for the children, it is not a proper country. If you have a nation where there is no deliberate program for the aged, the disabled people, the vulnerable, the less privileged in society, now to galvanize the people, to make them productive, to make them a force to reckon with across the African continent in India. Minji ni say your man papa bia enti mi hwe nkola no mi hwe omabuo no mi hwe akrokrafo no mo ye juma bua Ghana sawa this 60 years 70 years enya ni pe, but now they have all become beggars. Bibi omu be da kran pro omu ni bi di omu be di kran omu ni bi. You know, when I look at all these things, bro, it motivates me to become somebody who would die trying to at least save the situation than also just be a praise singer, a sycophant, and be following a political party because of the amenya ashemi yefu munti dia enu dia minji ndisa entina ma say at all costs I need to offer myself as a sacrifice for the people. If they believe in me and they feel I have something to offer, why not? Collectively we can transform Ghana. Collectively we can take our destiny into our own hands.
All right, Tabusias, I feel what you are feeding now. And I'm a guest out to my name, your friend Richard Suma. Or your 2024 independent presidential aspirant. I just say about to a day and 7th December. Or be person in phone be bankrata and so. Woma pre a man penny or person be your president. Obedi or man so as a president, but oba in the form say Oba the Quantum Crow. On the unity and common the year and then you bring what Torchlight. You may do so with 100.9. Now, what share your political space now? Said I can also not when ni NJ politics in because of said yeah no. The other when you want to no polarize the system and demotivate you.
No, like Nelson Mandela once said that there is no easy walk to freedom, and the system we run now, it is not cast in stone. The status quo is not supposed to remain like this for. And yes, sana ya to her say. Kwambia sunu say na omambu nu be den beko say nya NPP na say NDC but no other person there e trying to be asa but just say the politicians no more infiltrating into the mind of the people, especially the political parties no omo who say there is a philosophy or there's an ideology which is called the Sterling ideology. The Sterling ideology which simply say the people who keep them in poverty deliberately. And Mrebisu na uhiya omu vote and now here omu tumia throw corn at them, throw anything at them. No, they will scramble for it because when people are in poverty, everyone say, "Udu asisiana sikafo or sikafo kwan ewa habra penyi." And now ubedu and now we 50 no say or botomu na utugu momo. Okay, say omube scramble for it. they won't scramble for it because everybody is well to do. But when you meet poor people right now and you throw even one CD coin and throw it at them, you will see how people will want to kill each other because they want to fight for that one CD each. That is how the political system has kept us, and the West control system has kept us. That's why Kwame Nkrumah mentioned about the neo-colonialism, that we should be mindful of the neo-colonialism that what we experienced in terms of the slavery. Because the white will want to control you and tell you that you should not be involved in creating any job. You should not be involved in doing anything. You should completely allow the system to be driven by private sector. It will not work. That is why, though the political system, I am very muddy, I am very clumsy, but there must always be a change. There must always be somebody who will rise up one day. Now, like I said, enough is enough. Let us change our mindset. Let us renew our mindset. Let's give opportunity to an independent person. Doesn't belong to the NPP who may say they are on the right, and NDC who claim they are on the right, the left, but none of them even understand what they are doing. And to know it is only an independent-minded person. Obey to me the NPP and NDC and technocrat and academia and everybody, put everybody on the same table. So when a bill goes to parliament for discussion, it will be debated based on the foresight or the vision of the leader of the nation. It will not be debated on political lines. And then I see I say, I be a parliament biano. Say NDC for say they don't buy into it. Or they walk out. The majority pass the bill because it is in their interest. And the chief man we do that we can be able to demystify this perception and then put these two people aside and give power to an independent person. Said they are beneath from there. In 2016. Anything I said, though the system look very challenging, but with God in you and with Christ in you, with Him setting you on a mission, there is nothing that is bigger than Him to do. Anything I said, no matter how muddy the waters are, yes, you the whom bear but shame will be. If the media, to say respectfully, the way and the media will be equitable enough and give opportunity to everybody else to also speak what is in their mind, I'm sure that people will have adequate time digesting all the information. Now, say share your electoral calendar, register, best 17 million people now more register.
Yeah.
Out of the 17 million, just about 10 to 11 million people vote every election year. And now sure more vote here, so just about 5 million people choose a president for us. 33 million of the people no more way. As 5 million I will register so mumu to abano omu way. Anything I can say, we should not allow the system to be made like a NPP and NDC system. And yes, the country is running into a ditch. The nation is sinking. The nation is completely running an 180 economic management model. Yakwa brochia ko bobusian ba na de bia to your maturing debt, ye de bia to your recurrent expenditures, ye de kakra share capital project no vast majority of the sikani na share your bottom we chronism na sikani nyina adeplety obenwa, then we are chasing another 3 billion from IMF to be able to cushion the dollar. What kind of system are we running respectfully? Anything I mean, I say I will stand, I will avail myself. Even if I'm killed, I will die as a martyr who believe in the fact that I fought for something which they killed me for that reason. That is the reason why I'm in this election.
Okay, 80 again at the
now, I dare be brave or miniso. First of all, I'm looking at my vision. My vision is to see Ghana become a working nation, a self-dependent nation, a self-sufficient nation. My vision is to see Ghana being able to harness its own natural resources for the benefit of all and sundry. My vision is to see Ghana becoming competitive among nations in the world. But see, I know Ghana. We are not competitive. We are not productive. We are not self-sufficient. We are not self-dependent. And you know, my vision for Ghana is to make sure that we are becoming a nation of people who are taking our own destiny into our own hands and taking the bull by the horn and not sitting back and allowing some white man to come and solve our problems. So now, I am proposing various homegrown programs, okay?
Like
homegrown programs like the Ghana Farmers Brigade. Because you see, as a state, everything you do, industry is up there, and industry is made up of manufacturing and services. And industry is either made up of extracting raw materials from the soil that you process into finished product, or you are plowing agro-based product and finishing them into what? into finished products. Are you with me? Then the services are responsible for marketing, distribution, and all these things. Now, if you live in a country, for instance, Mahama formu buy no, omoko retrofit Commander Sugar Factory without having at least 10,000 hectares of sugarcane plantation. In any civilized jurisdiction, before you even retrofit that factory, you should have the raw material base. Until before factory near completed, you have sufficient raw material to feed it. And it said 1 million metric tons now here every day. Who said the state will be providing at least 70% of the raw material. Then you empower individual outgrowers to form cooperative, empower them to also take care of the remaining 30%. Now we want a private individual and a private sector for no more establishing factories. No important here. And it's a pineapple plantation, cassava plantation, sugarcane plantation, palm plantation, plantain plantation, vegetables, fresh flour. All these things are supposed to be run by the state, so that at the end of the day, the state is involved in producing the raw materials. You then now do what we call the strategic partnership and partner private sector to be responsible for what? Production and sales. And Tiebanu Sana, who or mine, who subenya 100% profit from the raw materials you are supplying. And then at the end of the day, you again take a percentage of that cassava processing factory. And to know, you see, the state must run plantations. The state must be involved in having state-owned plantation. And plantation, my vision is that it's not supposed to be managed by individuals. It's supposed to be managed by the engineering wing of the Ghana Armed Forces. Because you see, Ghana na ewo musisiano ya adwenu and share that excuse me to say adwenu aye stereotype enti bibia aye omani diabia no yemfa ebuo manu yemfa nhihye papa nhwe so enti no the idea for the military to come in is that I know the core mandate of the military so mebo omani hu eban, but the engineering wing of the army army engineering, they construct bridges, they construct broken gutters. They have been there before, but at the end of the day, say your cassava plantations is here about 1,000 hectares in Volta region, and you put 2 captains there to manage that farm for you. Who born dog? Everybody, if you are supposed to be at work 8 o'clock, you are at work 8 o'clock. If you are supposed to close by 5 o'clock, you close 5 o'clock.
Because is it because the military discipline?
Discipline. The military is discipline. So first of all, on say Singapore ni Ghana no, on say enya start pay. Kwame Nkrumah kran Eddie Ghana see part of growth and sana Singapore from be fire abeni niama wa ha importoti masie. But at the end of the day, next year Singapore your mind bakubia omundi obiaka. They have more assets than what? Liabilities. And to be sad, the leader of Singapore, how he did it, he will tell you, first of all, you must work on the mindset of the people in Patriotism. And to know if you want to instill discipline, because the reason behind my vision, this is that governments are made up of individuals, government to go, government to come, the state army will remain forever until the end of time. Because you cannot dissolve the army. Nobody dissolves the army. That is why the army, when the state is not going right, they try to step in. That is why the best way for you to develop an emerging economy, an emerging country like Ghana, is to build what we call domestic partnership. And who is supposed to be your number one domestic development partner? It's supposed to be your army. Because it is only the army that can help you instill what? Discipline and maintain the systems to work accordingly. And you know, that is our major project, the state farming project. That will dovetail into what? Industries. And when the industries are running, there will be sufficient jobs for what? Everybody. Nti bafakra betimi atena konyamwa adenu na conveyor belt so na etwema. Now so wa for now the label asisu and now the BBA asisu and our park here. You can create jobs that even the disabled will have something to do. That is our one domestic policy we are proposing. Now 2, we are also talking about the Ghana Builders Corp. You see, right now we have a high infrastructure deficit. We don't have public housing. We have about 5,000 schools all under trees. Nkola omuko school omutna blocks omudi omuyefu eneda former omuchura there. Are we really serious in the 21st century? And we have over 5,000 of such schools spread across the country. My vision is to set up what we call the Ghana Builders Corp. And to what will be free JSS, I will be called secondary school no, and you study carpentry, masonry, plumbing, steel bending, electricals, painting, all these hardcore manpower skills, no, we will automatically integrate you into the Ghana Builders Corp. That Ghana Builders Corp, no, is supposed to also serve like a paramilitary agency that will have basic training by the army, engineering wing of the army. And the Ebanu Sana, Obetumi deploy omu across the 275 constituencies because they have basic military training, you know. Who the omu share communities numa with collaboration with the communities, no, they can clear all schools under trees. Obetumi build omu market, Obetumi build UNIRA, basic infrastructure in every community biano. This engineering wing and now the manpower development base of the nation, aya a friend of the Ghana Builders Corp, no, will be responsible for that. Share and then teacher ni a ochira dia obechira dia sa adi 70 years no ni pension sika yesen we should have what we call public housing mi pochoti mas here and to ask nipa no ochira dia go school no we will build public housing project, we will build new cities, build pension cities, and at the end of the day no or we in the 60 years of service to the state now on himself obeko fie no sika kakra na otie no is sufficient for him or her to have own an accommodation. And you know your basic infrastructure now here, no, you need the manpower force to be able to do what? Complete your project. And I say, who be call secondary school, or be in Sanu Jumabiano, automatically you have a direct employment. Then who from the informal system, no, Ebiawa Kosuyan Juma, or your carpenter, new your mason, new your plumber, Usunu, you should be integrated into the system. So all we need is to supply you the raw material, and then we build schools. So you see, I don't see the reason why we should be giving 6 unit classroom block to a contractor. Now we're charging here, let's say about 6 million Ghana cedis. So obesi a 6 unit classroom block Argentina ebekono because on loan from bank. On the dollar rate is not stable. And you know on him how quick government will be to an then ediamanu. And you charge you to the extent say kakra na udi be manu krapo no betumi na atu an here eka. But if you need to put austerity measures in place and mitigate wastage there, we need to make sure that we have other projects for the contractors. But when it comes to basic infrastructure need of the state there, my vision is to allow the Ghana Builders Brigade to be at the forefront of it. Now, who's your Ghana business space now? For instance, Canada, Japan say he's establishing steel plants. Ibrahim Mahama say he has established cement factory in Machoti Masia. So I saw the supply of iron rods and then the supply of cement to all these two major players in the Ghanaian business space in Machoti Masia. So when you are doing that, you are empowering them. Their job is to supply and the people build. Anything now be say ubeko krasibinu obiako 6 unit classroom block wo ube huana nkrofo ko ho excuse me to say omo aye ho basa omu nigu ho omu yese. At the end of the day no, you don't involve the people in doing that, so they don't see it as say eyo mumu de o eyo na obesi block no more and you know they don't care. But if through the communal labor spirit you engage them and omu see classroom block now, who dare you say ube free community ho no akoye ho yaka the community themselves
aba entina o pache so bi kwa kusi eye dan bi de si ba bia what by you will involve the community people.
Yes, I'm talking about projects that are in the interest of the community. The government, you are abandon who not say building school, me pacho. Who not say building market. Who not say building places of convenience. All those things are your responsibility. That's why we put you in power in pacho timas here. But say you bet now we are doing 10% of our need within 4 years there. You better call a name. And me when given opportunity to lead Ghana within 2 years no, I should eradicate all schools under trees.
Within 2 years?
Of course, because you name. Now we are also talking about the People's Mineral Mining Corporation, respectfully, bra penny. Yet your mind will move, and I'll be individual. Bet me a cash or say me I'm into small scale mining, and I mean yeah, galam say me to me now $1 million in a day, respectfully. In a day, and you the state, you sit back and then you are chasing $3 billion from IMF. What is wrong with us? Because what does it take to extract gold from the soil? Excavator. What does it really take to extract gold? Excavator. Who excavated gold now? Why washing the one with gold? So the TPMs, you know, is to a pool of what? All the galam say a pool of everybody. Sikakoko no. the state should be involved in extracting that gold. Partner with the private sector. Now at least 50% of the profit, 50% of the profit now will be now plow into productive what? Sectors of your economy. And sa TPMC onu na yebe jina so. So instead of say about chasing IMF and World Bank giving us the gold, IMF cannot determine to us whether we should mine our gold or not. And yet your man we mu na ya cover investor abase setting up a gold mining company or setting up gold mining company this was profit be obenya biasunu. Emrano so allow ni panu say on keep about 90% of only profit on ya no ewa manoni. And you we call it the foreign retention agreement. And you share Sanyama winning now. And I allow Chinese for destroy assassin, I destroy Isionu. If I will allow the Chinese to come and destroy it and take the money to China, why wouldn't I destroy it myself and put the money into productive sectors for the people to benefit from it? Yeah, well, what we call the public economy and the private economy. Private economy is fully driven by profit, brapeni. And at the public economy, it is not driven by profit, but it is driven by sustainability. Say on mine, you pay juma efo you find say business is now here setting up. We shouldn't be aiming at making too much profit, by breaking even so that your citizens can get work to do what to do. Now beyond ye be their coffee and say company anya 100% profit at the end of every year. Biana onya 30% on him say you are doing this for the sustenance of what? Of the machinery of your people. Because you can't be say wheels that don't work, they rust. Machine be ACO on yejuma or rusty.
Yeah.
And your mind the machines of the society. So when the youth are not working, the people are not working, we are wasting off every day. How do you expect crime to be controlled? How do you expect people to live and love one another? And my three major policy proposals is that People's Mineral Mining Corporation, that we should be at the forefront of extracting our minerals so that we
let us have in the form of consortium, man.
No, any consortium. It's a mining firm. It's a mining firm. But on say who and who your private sector near. The day-to-day running of that project will be driven by what? Private sector. But what we are saying is that it should be a partnership between private sector and then the state in Pachotimas. And a percentage in that partnership now. We should not take anything less than 50%. And if assuming we are making $50 million from gold now too, do you know that Ashanti Gold alone make over $50 million a day? So if the state is making $50 million in partnership with another private sector, 50%, that gives us about $25 million a day. Multiply that by 365 days and see whether you have not gotten over $6 billion. That we are begging IMF to give us $3 billion because that is how the West is controlling you. If you are not self-sufficient, if you are not self-dependent, if you don't take your destiny into your own hands now, no brony never catch you say employ people or not employ people. Brony never catch you say, oh, pensioners are omusika mature no, meant you give them a haircut so that at the end of the day you can prove to us that 3 billion I had man who bet me at your sika mae. Who shall man look at our energy sector, brapini.
Yeah.
Energy is the base for developing any economy. Who's energy sector now? How do you put industries and domestic consumers on the same portal? It is not proper. You must decouple the energy sector. You must decouple it. Until you do direct specific investment tailored towards improvement and empowerment of industries. And the FN said 3,000 megawatts. And an industry form who use it here, B5, money, all the heavy consumers. That's what they use. You have a dedicated production for them. And their job is to pay the specific tariff that the producer is charging with authority. Not a small percentage of margin behind them. They are too small because you see, the cost of power is killing businesses. Look at the hotel industry in Ghana. Ghana is one of the expensive hotels, hospitality industry in the world because the cost of electricity to pay for hotel usage, are huge. A hairdresser, a welder. Basic people who need small power to run, because we are charging them too much because, we have run out of ideas. We have run out of ideas, so we are only taxing petroleum products, taxing import duty, taxing the same thing that we have been taxing over and over and over again. That is why the system is so full of of taxation, because we are not finding alternative ways to do what? Expand our tax basket to make sure that we are self-sufficient and self-dependent. Now, I'm also proposing what we call the diversification of the economy. No, who diversify economy now? You can empower more entrepreneurs. And the idea is say, you find say you see to me now. I will partner investment companies. Okay, now you capitalize your money. Your job is to identify 1 million companies across Ghana, support them, identify their businesses, and to say if it's a special eyes here or special eyes as a product line one. Now new company now transit, now new more what we call the market assessment. Is there demand for water? Can you add another product line? Okay, if you can add another product line, government want to partner you to set up another production line, okay? So that when you set up another production, you have the expertise already, you have the technical know-how, you have the market channel established already. Therefore, you need to now another special brand of water. That line now you need to establish, you will take at least 20% share out of it. So you see, if you do so and you empower one,
and about the sana, how is the government provide such support?
You see, right now, let me come now. I'm talking fast because I know we have limited time. So let me calm down and explain to you, sir. We need to put in austerity measures. Measures. Me, Richard, if I'm giving opportunity, send me on my way. No, I'll cut my salary first of all by 60% as the president of the republic. 60% straight. Now, all the state-owned enterprises now be breaking or muboka or munyanfasobia, but the CEO is still taking 120,000 Ghana cedis. Why? Why should it be so? I'll cut it by 50% straightforward. You either take it or you leave it. Look at the MP. Look at the size of government. Look at the wastage. Look at how we are wasting resources left, right, front, center. So I'm going to put in austere measures for the first 2 years of my administration to make sure that we plug all the loopholes. The wasted, the unnecessary things, we should be able to plow them into productive settings. Albino is not supposed to be involved in controlling businesses. The says what issue be I see cement prices.
Yeah.
The current government is trying to control cement price, bro. Respectfully, if you are not involved in cement production as a state, why do you want to control price?
Now, price control.
That is what.
Almost regularization.
No, it amounts to control because you see, production is dependent on input. And to me, for input, baby, and shemu, and you are taxing, obi the clinker across Ghana. Do you know the tax components on clinker? And it's all the tax component, baby, have to clinker, no, the aba, and at the cost of a power crop is too high, and the person doesn't know the stability of the dollar. And to me, can say, or no, on top 50 cedis. So that at the end of the day, you can please your populace. Not on running at a loss. That's why when Kwame Nkrumah set up GASEM, it was purely a state-owned enterprise. But now we have diversified GASEM. So at the end of the day, if GASEM was still a fully state owner, if GASEM is selling a bag of cement for 50 cedi, do you think Dangote will sell it for 80 Ghana cedis? No, because he knows that his major competitor is GASEM, and GASEM is selling for 50. So there is no way they can sell for 80 because nobody will buy from them. Please, are you with me? But if the state is not involved in producing cement, you are not owing percentage of share in any cement production company, and you cannot wake up all of a sudden and say, oh, I want to regulate price, putting a caveat on it. It doesn't work in any civil jurisdiction.
Okay.
And now, Mika say, who share Sanyama winning now share the cost of living in Ghana, Brapenny, who share the inflation in Ghana, Sisia, who got tomatoes and there. Ghana, then Ghana, ube kwa kotono and ne 1 cedi, and 1 month down the line, you go and it's still 1 cedi. It has never happened before. Every day, the state is moving at a fast lane, and we are moving at a fast lane to solve distraction. And then Americano say at your man way and a Burkina and supply your tomatoes, and assuming that there's a war in Burkina Faso right now, brother. How do we buy tomatoes? Because are we not coming to start to grow tomatoes? How many days that tomatoes takes to grow? 90 days. How many days that watermelon takes to grow? 90 days. And to Kasanya Manu onion, 90 days I am mature, but we are still taking onion from Niger. Look at the Volta Lake, I da Kakraka. Then I had ideally that Asojama enclave should become a vegetable hub. It should become a hub for fresh flour. And cannot probably, sorry, no, not track loads of frozen containers are moving from Akosombo areas or Muko Airport, because you know why we are exporting what? Fresh flowers to Europe. And to share the way ya memonu ekono, enkoni ye, yem jintum say enkoni ye, we are running a 180 economic management model. That is why in my policy proposals, I am talking about a 360 economic management model. So that when you are running a
360 at the end, is it same as the 24-hour economy now?
No, 24-hour economy cannot happen in a vacuum.
Okay.
It can never happen in a vacuum. It is when you are, like I'm saying, when I have let's say I have 100,000 hectares of cassava plant. Only said the demand for cassava starch alone globally, Ghana alone, crying to me, meet the demand. And if say you 100,000 hectares of cassava plantation in Volta region, that will dovetail into establishing factories in the region. Who establishing factories in the region, it creates sufficient jobs for the people over there. Therefore, no, you are controlling rural-urban migration in Kikahu. And you know, so minor percent economy there, then we must be able to develop what we call synergy. Because a plane crammed 2 or we say a tazi kakra, now I started 2 minutes and sana I added wapeja ni muweko. So planes don't fly in the sky just like that. So 24-hour economy cannot happen in a vacuum. Say yebema krofo benya akukon kiti and I say yebema watch it dia oton watch it beton watch it anaju. What kind of policy is that? But if I set up a factory in all the 16 regions, my vision is to establish 1 million businesses across all the 16 regions. Not because it is fanciful, it is doable. We can do it. Just that we don't have the balls to take our destiny into our own hands.
The one district, one factory. This current administration. Now, one more say one more year now. One more I implementing a year now.
It is
as compared to your vision of establishing your friend is saying factories across the region.
16 region.
Yeah.
You see, all that we are doing, is a wishy-washy 1D, 1F. Political, wishy-washy one. All the 1D, 1F. Mention one to me that the state own about 50% shares in it. Mention one. Not 1, 0. Because you see, if you want to talk about industrialization, he said the way Kwame Nkrumah industrializing Ghana, no, that is what we call proper industrialization. If you are talking about capitalizing private individuals, okay, he said the American NCCR said, okay, we want to partner the producer of special what ice, so that you can expand your production, okay, and you only give them money for them to expand production, and you are only depending on your corporate tax. Because you are trying to expand your GDP base. Because when your GDP base is huge, that is where you can become very productive, so that you don't run around begging for money. So when I want to invest in this business, I must make sure I sit on the table with you. You run the company day to day, run it. But I'll put 2 people on the board of the company as a state. But profit bia ubenya bia busum bia no, mami 30%, because I must own a share in the business. But all the 1D, 1F now run is politics, is pure political 1D, 1F. So we identify companies that are already in existence. No, now we capitalize your muka crap. No, now we classify it as a 1 district, 1 factory. It is neither here nor there. Singapore didn't do it like that. Malaysia didn't do it like that. Tiger Asia didn't do it like that. China didn't even do it like that. So why will you sit back and tell me that, Moto Kings in Tamale, we have gone to invest in Moto King, therefore Moto King has become part of the 1 district, 1 factory? What kind of assessment is this? And we are saying that the state must be involved in production. That's why in my ideological belief, me a radical left-minded person. A radical left-minded person, I believe in socialism, that the state should be involved in productivity or in production distribution. So we call something taxation and redistribution of tax. But the state is always taking money from the people, but they don't want to plow back into their businesses. And one of my policy proposals is that Nyami 2 million Ghana 4G media. I have to identify about 5 million businesses. It is not about Sikanu ne anyhow. Sikanu dia who put austerity measures in place, and now one kasa who identify with sources of getting money. obetumi atu obi aka enti no ye nyasa opportunity ni say ye be investing about 5 million businesses a bra penyi ye fa no so obi a oton wache oton tomatoes oton check our choba our restaurant omunu obi atimi nya daily income obi wo ho onya 50 cedis a day obi wo ho onya 100 cedis a day 200 cedis a day all they need is a little capital injection. Now if I inject a minimum of 10,000 a maximum of 10,000 to who I will turn watch it, I won't give the money to mass local. You give the money to investment companies like Abi National Mu, Eco Capital Mu, private driven investment companies. Your job is to identify 5 million people, invest in their businesses. At the end of the day, take them through the basic entrepreneurship procedures and move them from petty trading businesses into what small businesses. At the end of the day, no usu pon wejuma na wunya wu 10 cedis na wunya wu 100 cedis a obetua what we call your daily income tax. And with the dialing of a short code, obetua 10 cedis as your daily income tax. We call it what a revolving fund. And utia na edi investing into what others. And no some investment companies no omu no be gidi say unu ube expanding until within a period of 2 years bra penyi na some companies now ya investing in them. As you see, they are all doing well. Now, be an employee nipa baku biom so onka ne hu because ejumanu apeja nimua. Wouldn't we have employed about 5 million people indirectly? Please, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
You have employed 5 million people indirectly.
Is this simple, sir?
That's why I'm saying that when Ghana's problem is not bigger than God to solve. Ghana say 33 million people. 33 million people. Then what about the country? Their population is about 50 million, 100 million plus. 33 million people. Ghana is supposed to be run as a corporate entity. As a corporate entity. Okay? With standard operating procedures. And to me, no, me catch them say yan share nyama ye na ye di MPP NDC say chiana Omudi manifesto neba me Richard I'll be presenting an 8-year development plan to the nation. Me fa manifesto
just like Alan Chama attending the great transformational plan Ediaba.
Yes, and also the Alan is also bringing something, but you see the challenge with Mr. Alan, Honorable Alan Chama, respectfully, it is that he's an offshoot of a political system. Okay, who because of the fact that he felt he has not been given an equal playing field, he decided to do what? Decouple himself from them and pursue his own agenda. That is beautiful. I applaud him for that. But the issue is that he doesn't have that silver bullet to kill the vampire that has been worrying us ever since we overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. Because on no sign transformational plan, no ban, it is not intertwined. There is no synergy in it. It is not synchronized. So at the end of the day, no, if you are not finding ways to synchronize the system, energize the system now, there is no way we can make progress. And Tinamika said, directly invest in the people, and then the people will pay you back, and then you plow it back into other what sectors. And wow, yeah, Coco Tony, abano I invest in you. I feel the bet me aton Coco no anaju, aton bi enumere. Factories bet me yejuma anopa a coping board anaju. Farms can even work even into the night. So you see, you must do things that will let the wheels be running. Instead of so catch say 24 hours in a vacuum, hospitals will work 24 hours. Passport office, look, if demand and supply, if today there's huge demand for passports, therefore you think you should operate passport office for 24 hours. What about if demand dwindle? What would the people still be doing at the passport office working for 24 hours?
Okay. All right, what's your need? 100.9. But all questions be what the member Richard Suma. Richard Suma, a 2024 independent presidential aspirant. Opeso babedi mampenyen ewa Ghana ha. Oni amanyokum oba kwantenkro. Owa message be the manner. Fafa 050 372 1744 050 372 1744 na yembisa Richard Suma yembisa no efama. Richard,
yes, sir.
Share a car at Omei Yabodi Atoho. Close to 600 billion.
Yes.
Na say kai da hono wani so ade win out dey by. E be se na wako saka no. Where Jesus we ho. Ya kan so ye about day anyway.
Yeah, respectfully, you say all those debts that we have accrued over the ages, no. It is about sitting on the table. If I am the new president of the republic, I need to sit down on the table with all these people who have invested in us. Because when you were giving them the money, did they tell you how they are going to pay it back? When you were giving the money, are you 100% sure the state can pay you? So, like that champion did, when a champion came, we were owing. But a champion had to tell them, like, no, you gave this money, but I'm not aware about it. So when I take power, the debts are there, but we are going to restructure it and tell you that we apply into our productive sectors. If you apply into our productive sector, we can pay you at this trench.
But you should also forget that a bear restructured debt CDBI, one would be about 4.7 billion. One more.
You say, yes, what they did was because they want to entice IMF to take the present 3 billion, and then they necessitate that debt restructuring, you know. Because at the end of the day, no the car on Sekufoba and Konya Hipik on your But you see, like I'm saying, when you are a nation of beggars, you know, now we are begging, we are running to everybody with cap in hands, begging, you know, bro. Whenever have we gone outside? Whenever has our president gone outside to go and negotiate with external countries that we want to supply you A or B or C? We don't do that. The president went to Ukraine recently, you know, he went again and still be begging for something. So when would we ever go to the foreign market and ask them that, you know what, Ghana, we want to supply you grains. We want to become the major producer of grains in Ghana. So please allow us to also export grains into your European market. Are we not expanding our economy? Allow us to also supply you our vehicles that we are going to produce by Osofo Kantanka, because these are Ghana-made brands. Are we not expanding into new markets and taking new territories? So you see, it is because we are not generational thinkers. We are always thinking inside the box. We are not thinking outside the box. We don't have a problem, no. And debt now is no. And your debt be an issue. The debt is there, but I'll plow my little money that I'm going to get from my austerity measures now. Me putting in place, no. Any mining activities now me establish, you know. I'll plow it into productive. So then I can tell you that okay. Instead of we pay you in this force, you know, we will pay you in this other arrangement way. Therefore, don't put pressure on us. Let me create jobs for my people. Let me expand the economy. Let everybody feel is a shareholder in the state so that everybody will feel comfortable. That's why they say when the righteous rule, the people, they do what? They rejoice. Because when the people are not rejoicing and there is poverty everywhere, how do you expect the people to be paying you money every day when the money that people borrow, they share it in their own pocket? Why? And the Canada, but no interest. Ghana is completely broke, and Ghana has become a country that is absolutely, bankrupt. It is not the case, though. That is the picture they are creating for us. But with the resources, if I measure the resources that God has blessed us, there is no way I can classify Ghana as a broke nation. That is why we can say, if Ghana give me the opportunity to lead them, no, I'm not the one going to be the only leader. Yeah. Leadership is about the people you surround yourself with. You see?
And who are those? Because who as independent person?
And you know, me catch us say, me as independent person, there are already fine minds out there already. Fine Ghanaian brains are there. A lot of technocrats are there. Even in the NPP space, there are a lot of fine brains out there. In the NDC space, there are a lot of fine brains out there. Even there are people within the political parties, they know their parties are not leading us in the right direction. But because I say, I belong to this political ideology system, and to me, attack you or more, now I say, I am not part of them. So it is only independent person now. If Abu Jinapo is good, respectfully, allow me to mention his name. If Honorable John Jinapo is good in the energy space, okay, and you understand the dynamics of it, and you want to put him in your cabinet to work with you, why not give him the opportunity to work with you? If Honorable Apenyo Markin, respectfully to mention his name, is good in a certain space and you think that he can work with you in your cabinet, why don't you put him there? If I feel that Bra Penny Jerry, you are very good, you are smart, you are very passionate about Ghana, and I want to put you in my cabinet, why not? So we must form a cabinet that is going to be all-inclusive. Okay, that is why I'm saying that when I surround myself with the finest brain, they will be the ones to also do what? Listen to you. You also listen to them. You share ideas, all in the ultimate interest of what? Moving Ghana from this quagmire I have finding yourself inside. They be ye bobusian, sa afedi international market no krapo no you're stopping her from borrowing. Is it not a disgrace? It's a complete disgrace. Anything I catch a Ghana for.
But some may be to know because of all mobile signal. Answer what to me.
Bro, when you borrow money, nobody say don't borrow money, yo. Nobody say don't borrow money. You see, some of the Asian tigers, they say, I think.
But why closer to the micro?
Some of the Asian tigers, I think, Senye Vietnam, then one of them, they borrowed money, but they put it into their garment industry. You borrow money and plow it into productive sectors. How we 100% sure say, Busia na meji no, meji dia share ejumadi we mu pochoti masiye. And that investment now me, the investment should be able to do what? Pay the money. Please, are you with me? And after you have finished paying the money, that business become your own. But if you are borrowing the money, just say you are maturing debt. Now you call Busia, say you call Busia be 10 years ago. You see no interest na was to know accrue and the answer call sikafu fro na yen kotua sa interest na aya accrued no. Who runs his private life like that? Who does that? I borrow money from commercial bank and the interest on it has risen to a state that I have to pay. Then I run to NIB bank to go and borrow another money from NIB bank to go and pay the interest at commercial bank. Who does that? But that is the system we are running. And he said, me, I'm not interested in borrowing. Borrowing should be the last resort. But if I'll borrow something, I'll borrow strictly for agriculture. If I'll borrow money strictly for productive sectors. I mean, him says, Sikawenu, and I feel I'm a be haircut. And I feel I'm increasing taxes on petroleum products. And I increasing taxes on import duty. And I give haircut and send them to us. I can mean to me, yes, sir. But I didn't say Asasi and media Maya from the days of Adam and Eve, the best economy in the world is agriculture. Countries have developed when there was no technology. And he said, ne obi culture say digitalization does not improve an economy in a vacuum. Digitalization must be synchronized with productivity. Because who will close from work and go and cook his Ghana card to eat? Who go home today and say, oh, we have digitalized the economy. We have been giving Ghana card. And to me do fiena me near Juma be a mayor crabbe to me and Ghana card in bedi. Where to be that? And it's all big catch us digitalization now. In the crack is saying it is because they lack idea, they don't know what to tell you. So they want to leverage on your gullibility to tell you that, oh, you digitalize you, more Ghana card, now you bomb abasu, digitalize. Who? Ghana Nibia or TV or TMC here. Oh, be pon free you man. Now I got new Ghana card. Ghana card, let me tell you.
But is it not a step, no, what digitize economy now? Ebe boa na ama economy to be sustainable because wo kwaje wo share wo policies be more wo can interest rate. One of the things is what banks say where one more they say yentimi interest in it. And it's interest rate in a beba formula. This time okwa you be say with your Ghana card ufri ha. And nti risk na wa hono kran e bia beba from kakra. It is another way.
No, you say respectfully again, I'm not bastardizing anything. I'm not bastardizing Ghana card. All I'm trying to say is that if you want to improve your domestic revenue mobilization, that should be the primary reason why you want to do what? Bring a Ghana card. Are you with me?
Okay.
Now, carpenter nibi wahua. That's why from Atamo's time, I have been championing a policy proposal. I mean, they are called Jubilee House. I have been waiting to crown respectfully, Honorable Bafo Wua, the Minister of Employment and Labor. My yet a detailed PowerPoint presentation to the ministry neither. How we can develop a comprehensive database for informal sector. A friend who clustered the data. One who said Ghana card no, it's a generic data. It is not clustered. So now, me wa Ghana card no interest say the Ghana card. If I go online today and I say I'm looking for carpenters in Greater Accra, no data will be available for me. It will be free. I'm anonymous about here carpenters. And to Google carpenters in Ghana, I need to get the data. I need mechanics in Ghana, hairdressers in Ghana, tomato sellers in Ghana, these people in Ghana. At the end of the day, who was that cluster data now? You know this is their number. Okay, this is what they do. This is how much they earn. These are their problems. So you invest in them so that you can get back. But Ahano, we don't want to invest in the people, but we are always willing to do what? Take from them. Now, it's not quite broshi, COVID no bad broshi no. You know the stipends that governments gave to their people, the coupons they gave to people to go and take cash and spend.
Yeah, US for instance said $300.
Yes, because they know that when you take from the people, you must give back to the people. And tiene carpenter ni bi wo respectfully bra penyi or Ghana card or Ghana card. But the next say no obi ama no contract bi a wakobo ejuma bi anya 2,000 Ghana cedi. But does that result into him paying a tax? No, that does not result into him paying a tax. Because government don't know that he has taken this money today. Are you with me? But if there is a cluster data, and we know that every carpenter, you must have a certain certification, okay, for you to be able to work. And tienena mi be amigo ejuma say me here carpenter. I'll go onto that portal and check whether you are on the hot, you are on the portal. If you are on the portal, do you have your certification? For short, you must here. And to get our certification, now me ejuma a contract value of let's say 10,000 Ghana cedi. I'll have to make sure that 10,000 a percentage of it you pay your tax, because one children me that's your accreditation. I won't give you the contract in the first place. Therefore, no this share we move to you can be able to expand your tax basket. But say uma Ghana card no keke for the purposes of identification there. Ono the enfire then enko bibia because no the people are still finding a way to outsmart the system. I don't think Momo when you buy. Look at the projection government made that they were going to rake it.
Yeah.
Now people will say, no, I want to send you money, but you know what? Go to the Momo vendor. Allow your cash out. Allow your.
You allow your cash.
Your cash.
Then they will your cash out now.
Now why your transaction? So that 11 now, and Kaisa Utiano will beat you onto your but what you must hear. Everybody knows that the politician now what a slow honum. The Omunyano to say the way are Yatumia call Nipa Baku Atmas Tashi over $44 million. I will need them one. Why would the layman want to pay you tax? Because on his side, you have to know more crapona. Who Frank on your view? Who the Koto Land Cruiser? Land Cruiser that cost $200,000. Look at the quantum of Land Cruiser we have wasting in Ghana. And every day we are still buying Land Cruisers. And who share the wastage in anything of being a person bet you have to because on no say
wastage in our system no too much.
Yeah, too much. And tina on no on so to ya to no more crown. Un franco ya di papa bia and you on person bet you. But if you are measured as the leader, you are not traveling expensive flight, you are living a modest lifestyle, you are always with the people, you are listening to them, you are on the farm with them, you are on the site with them, you are their leader. So the leader, it is you who is the torch bearer of the nation. You are the one supposed to be the vision bearer. Who not supposed who now be nature to say the way wa kola. Who now we papa ni mami na who croc no say akola no be from my end. And that is the job of the leader. But here you have a leaders who are becoming like Jesus crowned by. And Jesus said that he who wants to serve must first learn how to serve. All our leaders today, they don't want to serve us. They don't want to serve us. When you put them there, they become aristocrats. They become dictators, tyrants. Because at the end of the day, he rather think that you're supposed to serve him. The president is supposed to be serving the people. That's why Jesus washed the feet of the disciples to show you that no matter how godly he is, he has reduced himself to the standard of the people. That's why people were ready to die for him. But if you are living like an Arabian king, living a flamboyant life, an ostentatious lifestyle, now per se soon sana come edadia na at the end of the day usambe G sika kakrakadia. I don't think I bet you.
Oh, okay. All right. How you need 100.9. Richard Suma, 2024 independent presidential aspirant. And the didn't come on, and then you bring I will need 100.9. Now go Facebook Live. So the boss said, good evening, Mark Jerry. With the problems Ghana is facing now, the whole nation is focusing on Napo. That is okay. Obi can be well. I say, right. SK Frimpong say, this man, you want to be a president, yet you don't understand the 24-hour economy. Now, okay, I want to say,
come on. What don't I understand about 24 economy? 24-hour economy, it is not anything unique. That is why I'm explaining to you that I am talking about a 360 economic management
yours
model.
Is 360.
That would dovetail into 24-hour. Are you understanding me?
Okay.
You don't tell me that you are doing 24-hour when you don't have a production base. So where is your 24-hour economy going to emanate from? From the sky?
Okay. Now, how many ministers and what you said your workers will be cutting down the expenditures? How many ministers? And I'll bet you know my age.
I don't need more than 20 ministers in Ghana.
Okay.
The key subsectors of your economy are Greek, health, education, security. Okay. Then you look at the bit of the entertainment and tourism blend together. Okay. Then you look these are the major things: education, health, agri, the economy itself, the safety and happiness of the people. These are the major subsectors. At least about 10. And you need just about 10 ministers to manage the key subsectors for you, like trade and commerce, agri. Why we should merge most of the ministries together. So I am proposing that I will not need more than 10 ministers. 10 ministers to manage Ghana, because Ghana is a small country. Yeah. It's a small country that we don't need so many ambassadors at large, so many special advisors, so many this, so many that.
Deputy ministers.
There are some ministers that even have about 2 or 3 deputies. Why? What is the nature of the work that the minister is doing that one secretary from the public service? The public service is there. The chief director is there. They can appoint people from the public service to be your attaches, okay, to support your work, so that if you delegate something to them, they come and report back to you, and then you report to the executive. But if you are making it look like creating job for the people, this political system you are running of so many ministers and so it's just to satisfy the egos of the people who make up the political parties. Okay. Because you know something, I say sports of war. And I said those days, we say this tribe want to capture this one. They want to capture this one. And the everyone is Ashanti for more about voter, not more capture voter. They want to take all your resources and assets, but what you must hear. And to come back and I say, ekuono yenina na ekokun ye o. And to make sure that they no mu che ni pepepe na obi there. Enya ni chef and na friend the spoils of war no. And the politician one say the way I call election is here. You see the way they are donating money to NPP, they are donating money to support their campaign. NDC, they are donating money. They are pushing money. People are pushing money into the party. Why are they doing so? Of course, on his Opia, former president, His Excellency John Mahama Kodua Konyanusua. The first thing that Mahama must do is compensate him. Mahama must put him in somewhere. That is why we can go and do Saglemi project without understanding what the concept of the project is. If not so, and you are doing public housing now, you don't go and build Saglami there and allow it to rot for all this while, because there was no deliberate vision for which they built that project. The idea is to just give the opportunity to some members of the party to be involved in 1 or 2 activities. So that almost met me and the Anya Kakrebi and Efrimu and yes, Anna, that housing unit there should be occupied by now. It's supposed to be affordable, that the policeman can afford it, the teacher can afford it, the nurse can afford it, the truck driver can afford it, the journalist can afford it, everybody can afford it. But the buildings there, can a truck driver afford it? Can a nurse today afford it? Can a policeman afford it? Can a teacher afford it? The answer is no. So this is not a project that is tailored towards what? The poor, in alleviating our housing infrastructure deficit. That is not the case, respectfully.
Right, Mickey Darling. I'll say, Jerry, today is the first time I'm hearing this man, but I think he is making sense, and I'm enjoying him. Said okay, do you think the Ghanaians are ready for independent candidates as a president?
And to say the American, nothing is cast in stone. Baby Anihua, is supposed to be like that forever. If it is supposed to be like that forever, Anka, the great Soviet Union wouldn't have broken down like that. Okay. Are you with me? If everything is supposed to be cast in stone, like the society we live in today, should have been totally broken. And you know, my logo for my campaign is a touch of flame.
Okay.
With so many hands holding it. So we call it the flame of the new awakening. Ghanaians have been sleeping for so long. Ghanaians have been in slumber and are begging Ghanaians to wake up from their sleep and slumber. Most Ghanaians are dead. They are politically addicted. Onunu so your MPP niya kwan biasu or your MPP ni. Obisu your NDC niya kwan biasu or your NDC. I am not bothered about those ones. They are not my problem. It is their right. Okay, I'm looking to speak to the mind, the heart, and the soul of those who don't belong to any of these two people, because we are in the majority. And you know, say Benin for to me, yeah. Omutumi to Obama independent, and then Udi Benin to or not the Ghana to Benin is moving on the fast ascendancy than us, because they are leading their nation devoid of what? Partisan what? Politics. Now, Ghana bombs is here now shared with our minor bedus is here. We don't have the venture capital system, Crampo. Look at the interest rate on the banks. Yeah. One will say, Undu model now, or the buyer taking banking to the doorsteps of the people. Why did we kill such a business? Because we are a vicious group of people. We are very vindictive. You say, on my Christo mine, but you enjoy who baku. They are looking for loopholes and weaknesses so that they'll capitalize on that and kill the business. Instead of them looking at your strength and see that you man papa way, you know, how do we capitalize him the more? So be background now. How do we put that aside and capitalize him so that he can take banking to the doorsteps of the people, so that we can mop up revenue from the system? But we've been vindictive and we kill the business. That is why I am appealing to the people of Ghana. Say, don't look at me. Me a messenger. Anything I catch them who say me I'm a messenger of God. I'm an elect of God. People have been praying to God over the years. Manu called in the wrong direction. Maya obia dashibinu obetumi abegbu on my way so. Anything I mean, give me why then. Abua for yes say. Mu share na mu sister mu share na mu fat opportunity no emma a private person. Bro, look at our neighboring countries. Our neighboring country, why shouldn't we even have a first-class train network from here to Aflau to expand your economy? Because look, people buy goods from Aflau to even get it to Ghana. The cost of bringing a product from there to here, will kill you immediately. From Kumasi to Accra to Kumasi, we should have an electric train, a high-speed train from Accra to Kumasi, from Kumasi to the north. Then we need to behave like people who are thinkers, people who are smart thinkers, people who are visionaries. And we have something called smart ideas. Every idea the idea must be specific. The idea must be measurable. The idea must be attainable. The idea must be realistic. The idea must be time-bound. But we are in this country, and normally obi the idea by Yambisanu the W and the H factor. So how do you want to do it? How much is it going to cost you? What is going to be the benefit for the people? What is the timeline for which you want to do it? What is the source of the funding for the thing? We don't ask them the W and the H questions. We only accept everything hook, line, and sinker. To confuse the people. And you catch a Ghana for me say, their person mu ye say, me mamu kase media mi MPP ni. And yes, Sana, you are selling the destiny of your children for a cup of rice. You are selling the destiny of your children for a piece of cloth. You are selling the destiny of Unkolanu for a piece of what? Or a television set. At the intina mubeyesa. Minu mini mi bia mechema obia o. Mini shia mi bia mechema obia. Minye sikani. But ya yenity say, presidency has become the preserve of the rich. And anything I me catch the Ghana for say, having money is not a benchmark for measuring wisdom. Neither is it a benchmark for measuring intelligence. So Ghana should be able to wake up Sunday. Now mufa obisi akonyano su. Na muamu betumi akase papa we opese ondi enimnu na onkita hwi. Ye na ye bua ye 1 Ghana city edi manu kotu akonyano su. Enti enena mikita 1 phone na mi drive 1 car. Na nyamiye madom na I become the president, and within 6 months everything has changed around me. I'm owing assets everywhere. Then you know that this man is a crook, he's a criminal. And then you impeach me immediately. Anything I make I say, me Magana force in 2 years.
Yeah.
If you don't see any transformation, you don't see any radical transformation, I will be the first president to resign.
In 2 years.
In 2 years.
But you shouldn't forget, on my paying that I could forecast, say, for your presidency, no, and yeah, you since 2008, or Becono, it's a year 5-year term. Now, yede, etimia to Tonoma, said obey you the first year, and the year, no, nominee idea. But, Okasa, in 2 years, can you? Baby, are you free, baby?
I am saying that if you don't see any radical changes, please are you with me? If I'm talking about state-owned plantations, I'm talking about diversification of the economy.
Okay.
I'm talking about capitalizing businesses.
Yeah.
I'm talking about setting up my TPMC, my manpower building, eliminating of schools under trees. You see, when God wants to use you, God is so big in the sense that He gives you vision and ideas. And to God is a very simple solution.
I said you are too spiritual.
Yeah, because I came to the world empty-handed. So why should I be bothered about material things? I am spiritually focused because I don't want to die for any pastor to stand before my grave and be praying that God should give me a place to rest. I have earned my salvation on earth.
Okay.
Heaven must be enjoyed on earth. You must enjoy the benefits of the blessings of God whilst you are on earth. You don't die finished for a pastor to come and pray for your soul to get a restful place. That rest that God gives you after you are dead, you must enjoy that rest while you are alive. And when you depart, it is only the spirit that departs and continues into eternity. And then the flesh goes back to the soul. And to me, Richard, if it is not for God, like I said, and the motivation He gives me and the children, I look at them, I wouldn't have been doing it. My other pledge, I made it to Ghana for a nimni and nese. Me see oman bia on hwe nkola no mu yie no oman bia on ni hihema nkola no onye oman papa bia before the eyes of God. And you know, if our present president made a pledge to God, say akabesi cathedral amanyami, unto me we no nyami mami the opportunity. Now God is revealing to me that Rich should convert that place into a first-class international state-of-the-art children's hospital.
I hear National Cathedral. No?
Yes, convert into a first-class state-of-the-art international children's hospital, so that it becomes a tool for a medical tourism.
So you turn the cathedral to international
first-class children's hospital because Busiana Yejini from Kufuor time, from Ronald's time, ABC and Yentu and we in Kolanum 30 years, 40 years to come. No more to Yasakano. It is by no fault of the parents who and Kolanum various diseases, health conditions. I will follow my frustrated. They can't solve the problem. I will set up what we call the Children Development and Support Fund. And I will phobia who critical health condition. I want to mean solve your Kolano problem. The state must support you to be able to take care of that child. It is every child in any country is the responsibility of the state, not their parents. And you know, when we live here and everything is the responsibility of their parents to bra penyishwe, Nansiano, another issue be by utina traffic mo be na obi okitakola eti traffic mu di generator den esi ho omu stress ideas akola no will health condition bia
problem.
And you know they are begging to, oh my God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And to stress and kolanuma, the state must be responsible for them. The $44 million that was in Sister Pass house. Do you know the number of children's hospitals that money can establish if it's supposed to be state money? And it is a promise I am giving that I will set up the Children Development and Support Fund. And I will set up the Aged Development and Support Fund. We should have food distribution program. So we should have shelter homes. We should have a place and what divided the city into 4. And 4 strategic places. We are growing cassava. We are growing plantain. So why can't we put people together to cook small food and share for the aged? and share for the less privileged in society. And you know, as for me, I don't want to talk too much.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, no, stress media for no so no. Mumma the leveling playing ground. He said, "Yeah, one man with this long period of time, no nyamishra, be because yes, we are not opportunities now. We can also make a difference." Then
Your opinion, our S Gracia, where
it is a complete waste.
S
Gracia should be abolished. It shouldn't have existed in the first place. Because look, those 7 in parliament, are they better than the doctors? The 1 7 in parliament that we claim we put some on Article 71 holders, not the idea. Are they better than the doctors? Are they better than the nurses? Are they better than the police? Are they better than the army? What is so unique about a member of parliament? After all, we've given them land cruisers. We pay their utility bills. We finance their trips abroad. Everything we do for them. Some of them don't even pay anything at all. They are even benefiting from scholarship funds and all those things. So why is it that after serving your constituents for 4 years, the state should pack you with resources again for you to take home? And then another 4 years, you come back to parliament again. You see, let me tell you, these people, they have created a system to suit their interests. And no. And the S Gracia, the idea about them, you bet chemu completely. Anything I make I say, me Richie Crampono, my salary, I'll slash it by what? 60% that they want that I'll set feet into the Jubilee House there.
All right. Higher need 100.9, Richie Suma, and 2024 independent presidential aspirant. Also, will be Bisana, Brown Madison Indian Command, 030-2257-902, 030-2257-902, and 030-2243-540, 030-2243-540. There is a breaking news, Mami Famawe. President Akufo-Addo has said resignation of Honorable Dr. Matthew Prempeh as Minister for Energy. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has today, Thursday, 11 July 2024, accepted the resignation from office of Honorable Dr. Matthew Prempeh, Member of Parliament for Menchia South, as Minister for Energy with effect from 18 July 2024. This decision has been made to enable Dr. Opoko Prempeh to focus on his new role as the vice presidential candidate and running mate to the 2024 presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. President Akufo-Addo has expressed his deep gratitude to Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoko Prempeh for his dedicated service to the government and the people of Ghana. His tenure as Minister for Education and as Minister for Energy has been marked by a stellar record of accomplishment and significant contributions to the education and energy sectors. In light of Dr. Opoko Prempeh's resignation, President Akufo-Addo has asked the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Abu Jinapo, MP for Dambongo, to exercise cabinet oversight responsibility over the Ministry of Energy. Additionally, the Minister of State designated at the Ministry of Energy, Hebe Krapa, will be responsible for the day-to-day administration of the ministry. The President has asked the two persons to liaise closely with Dr. Opoko Prempeh to ensure a smooth transition in the affairs of the ministry. The President extends his best wishes and God's blessings to Dr. Opoko Prempeh in his new role and is confident that he will continue to serve the party and the nation with a distinction. Signed, Eugene Ahin, Director of Communications, Office of the President. It's in the top of the United States. Dr. Matthew Opoko Prempeh, ne wire running mate, Ediama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or the Nejuma Toho as the Energy Minister. The top of Bomo, and I know Yakwa Manasona many were doing to tell. Beba Chomadre. Yet, you, Bema, Richard Suma.
That me fell. I got you say. Aduane ne ɔman no mu ɔkwanifo na moba so ne nyina so mo fa adwen bi amba mfa ho we ni papa ni pa me hwehwɛ me bɛbɔ mpa ya ta n'akyi ɛkɔpem sɛ deɛ ɔka no ɛbɛbɛm pɛpɛpɛpɛ ma yɛ nyinaa yɛpɛdifo no monni mu animdeɛ ɛbɛhwɛ ɔman no so mu ayɛ ɛbɛn na mokɔ so mabi no ma kaya yo fo no sa dan no se ka ko se we bia e power state no wo no onko fo we no pam wo nyina na be da pam no mu emu na ebia na emu no ebia ebanye bia di ebanye bia ton ebanye bia bibia.
Okay, now so did it say.
But me say yaw you can say obey.
Okay. Yeah, that's you ready? Yes, sir.
What you papa no I can obe landu. Me be sawa kunshi.
Ayo, I was so too quiet.
O too quiet.
And I'm a crime minimum.
Na what you papa o nimte o too quiet.
Maza, kaza de quiet.
Mamenkiano obe siswa me manu akwaba. Na menkiano ni akitua Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency. Magari from no chono enu ane se machino. Eti aye blame say aban on aban ondo aba won yese o ma aduani no ho. Na magari na me no sie. Won no na do anti aban no na won kodo mai. Na wu ya so aya nyina ya tita ya hu bet na nkran ha no no. Nti ya ni ya so ya yira fita ya wo kwai mu na ya wo afu mana. Nti ya so anka ya tina ya kura tina ya do a anka ya mpusi duane no ma wonu ma mu wata ba so adidi. So okay, ya ti kwata mi bujwe nyanya nkere de ya mfa ba mbebon. Me see ya de ya ntia bibia o. Me see His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Okay.
Ma to poku prempedie. Inshallah mbegi Ghana. Asi Ghana ye ama Ghana fa ntuma papa.
Better say mame fa di odi ai. Me ba choma jo.
Majare me chao aja ni muri.
Eja etio.
You will me say what I mean chia Dr. Eron Makwe ewo domi kwa benya. Wona na jaye de noko ya to abayi na de noko. Na me chia se Japan. Jom lion boss. O se mo ne sa bola no ntontom no wi mare ya beba. Timi mi di obepe ayi obwa se bola wan ka bola ho asem de ya. Eni na se be hardin. Na me chia Fatima to Abubakar information minister. Yo, one so need the abed na do leji abeto ho one so de ba. Ye penipa ambe ye Ghana yi. To one so aba na ye so be bo Ghana na se Ghana be ye. Na me de bia question na me buta ne se. I didn't know obi one more say ni me de we so be bo Ghana. Just ya to aba man be president ansa na wo de abo Ghana.
Na se what Frank ani guta e bezi na wo de abo.
Where
2 minutes kutawana o ka so take decision I will take you.
Debi o se me bo be na ko bie nyuma ni ade na nka manfo anya bia ye.
Na president Ben no ba Ghana ha ya to aba ma na wa bie nyuma Ghana fo anya bia ye.
O so de no ma na tikure mu.
Na we de ye ne de ya. But I say ya to na me fa next caller. Majo.
Champion Magdali anyenya me asu bi
enka o yetio.
Bamenche incoming president you Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because ya metiano any running me you na po na incoming economic cabinet you junior Mike Okwe lawyer go lawyer come because what about the boss for the Magdali and you may interview one-on-one interview on papa na you your ultimo say papa no do wa kan sem metrun say e course Ghana ha ebe boa ama o man Ghana etumpon iye ama mtu say be kwa no ne akosi ska ne be so man ase no aso bete enti mbefo nti papa na no ka no e ba se okọ election pono wa yini mpa obi obeyini bia no o papa ne on twa papa ne emme no na ideas no ensem no oka no o mun kire kwan o be fa so a ka dem ne ebebam because you mean sanga na Magdali na enstati enke ya hunsia ye wo nsuo wa Ghana ha eneli gamanin ene galamse ese insuo ni enstati ade ne ye nnua ennuane omane enye state farm ye pigeon for pigeon omane abo muka kinya for bia ozo nti omane state farm ane ye dua embro ye dua brode evanti ene ye sport bi de kwa mo na Magdali gi ze anu so enfesta mre ya na
okay
ati adumra awo sigenya state farm na ye wo de so man so asene na nkwaye ankra fu omeye ana o man be depend won no ade de e basa amwa so bana abandon wutim amanfo bo aso manfo ye fu aka take manfo da ama kuraye be ya akona mebu do ho be hyem o fa nkoto so be profit we go kwa ye asa
Okay. Meda say, anybody, Mammy Fire, Majo.
And my dear,
Yes, I do.
a Russia one in you. Papa no wakasapa the utilization also. Or say 5 years in Bra. Say a bimu say Obanu na yaji of the ministers do also no the David. Nipa or Kasasa or no more bar or beji baby over. Baby and so yeah or customer on no segment. Ghana no we need people who say obey my suggestion. Oh yeah way what I say who criticize a bit more. Say a swab for no more so and therefore no one is perfect. No one. And so also ye.
Meda say 800.9. Majo.
My dear, I was very hard.
It's you.
Michelle producer papa. Mr. Producer radio.
Yankwenim, Mate, Yankwenim.
Yo, Mpacho, manyo fi de kase de Michelle Fatima Bubaka. Information ana Mr. Tanwa Japan. Zoom la yo pani no boy ma papa. Michelle papa no tisi di ono. Mr. Edia mentia say ni mudie na wo no. I don't know the boy MPP. If there is no way, Ghana has independence with me every day. And to the Papa, on someone who can in a and to the boy MPP. Oh, another boy, Papa, not say independence, far the rule Ghana, dear, over my dead body. And sit down. And Papa, boy MPP. Why? What Roma? Uno tata pa futuna de mani je a o ba MPP mo a mpuntu djuma o ba ye no e ba MPP akosoro.
Okay.
E be tuma yo running mate kura oni nyame nyama.
Ah, la asamba na gana bibi omo from running mate agwa we pa o be say na poko to ne. Okay. Majo.
Mark Jerry.
Yeah, Charlie one there.
Here 247 because if it's spent this money.
Okay, it's you.
Mpere mbisa send you. JDM ni confirm $50 million no. Demiska no. Odabana.
Me pancho question obisa media compare JDM no obisa no anya no na me discuss wa.
$50 million no look at confirm now.
Thank you, Mama Scholar. Last one. Me pancho Majo.
Good morning. Good evening, bro.
Yes, sir.
Well.
Yes, you.
You, Papa, no, why are the power casa? I mentioned be brave. And so, no, also, a state farm. No, state farm, no, so on country about where is it? Is it one of my friends assassinating in a galamsey, almost two a galamsey, more assassinating in Tiasromo. As some more kind, because of Baumia, Pufo, the Untrono Muchanti, will be Casacra and Jimmy Panindi. What I say, into a panic on Casama, about an ombre boy, or catch cat and say, any break. Yenabre ye 2 years ye pa ba but me 2 about we because about we worry to Ghana ma say muja to Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, omo boy na to about we free so.
Medan say anybody obi bia ofre bia medan say Hana be the same. Richard Suma 2024 presidential aspirant. Na Richard iti every ben na eni swadu we buy say contest.
Oh, but you say me di kind catch us say me sorry keke over the past I'm 47 years. I'll be 47 years in October.
Okay.
23rd. And I had this calling in the year 2001 when I returned from Takwa to Accra. And I resigned from my place of work to move with polythene bag in Accra. I moved in Accra with polythene bag for 3 years without a place to sleep. When I had a house, I had a place that a company gave me, but I have to resign because God said, be still and know that I'm the Lord your God. I have a mission for you. Blessed is the nations whose God is the Lord. The Ghana we have today, our God is the Lord of hosts that we serve. And God is hearing the cry of the people and realize that the poverty that is has engulfed us, a does dodo. And God says that to he who much is given, much is expected. And to hear Nyama or the Adumie, the blessings he has endowed us with, the resources he has given us, the human resource in Nyama or the Amayano, utilizing the year. Look, now gold now here to diamond now here to no about deplete you. And then I mean, as part of my policy proposals, no, we need to invest more into commercial trees. My vision is to plant at least a minimum of 20 million commercial trees in Ghana. Afram, Edum, Awawa, and Tisa, Galamsey site now, mu destroy, mu tutu, Eduane Nyinafi, we must refill it. Refill it. And you know, if I have 20 million with the Ghana Farmers Brigade project, and then the utilization of the secondary schools, why look? And another thing I want to propose to the people of Ghana, say maybe now opportunity now, though I'm a Christian, I'm a son of God. But every church in Ghana, please listen to me. Every church in Ghana with a certain capacity and building this huge auditorium, and the people that serves in those churches are hungry. Every church, I will put a law to parliament, must have hectares of plantation. You must have either cassava plantation, a pineapple plantation, and you must own at least 1 or 2 factories. If they can build those huge edifices, why can't they build factories?
Okay.
And the people are in your church and you are taking money from them. At the end of the day, they'll come and be crying that the state doesn't, there's no work for them to do. I am a Christian, but God told me that if you get opportunity, you must make sure the big churches that are building big 30,000 capacity auditorium, you must own a plantation in this country.
Okay.
Who own a plantation behind this country? You will pay tax.
All right. What campaign Echo saying?
Oh, for now, no one say me this year me can say me yes can, but I am in this race because I want to prove to the people that God can take the poor to shame the rich. God can take the weak to shame the strong. So me no menisika adia me ye bia so far me bottom kakra me ye. Obia ma me 1 Ghana cedi da me call bia su chese supporting me with what? 1 Ghana cedi. Me mobile app be crampo say people can support me, even friends like 1 cedi crown. Since me app no ebesi ene obi crown donate what 1 cedi amami, but no and mama be mu here then embu because I am not here for money. Me here obi anisika dia me nim say me pese me ni say nyame na wasuma me no pese me ye na juma ma no. If the God that I serve, all the riches of the world belong to you, no meaning said that she be obi bet me sorry as a Richard, I'll do 5 billboards for you. 100,000 now musimuntia for filing fee no be there mebuo mawatia. Now people are inviting me, come to the north, come to the regions. I don't have the money to go, but I said, well, we will keep hoping, we will keep praying. Maybe God will help us get somebody who will believe in us, believe in our ideas, and push us to do what? Get the popularity we also require.
Okay.
If assuming I have the resources that the people who are also vying for the presidency now have, but sure by now I would have been making gains. And then, bro, look at the media space. Me, I'm a journalist too. I practice journalism.
Yeah.
Look at the way journalists have been reduced to beggars in Ghana. Journalists go to program because they run. It is not like some are privileged to work in good media houses like Despite Media and they are there. And to say omunya kakra omuye there omudi. Media houses be more. They don't have any money to even pay their people. That's why we need to have what we call the State Broadcasting Fund. Okay, when we establish funds like that now, all media houses, regardless of your status, we must do what we call advertising your policy proposals. You must constantly be in communication with what? The people. And there we are only 1 year the president will come to parliament and come and give her the State of the Nation address. If me reach it, I'm giving opportunity to lead Ghana every blessed week. I must speak to the people of Ghana and tell them the policy direction, where we are heading to. Everybody must fall in line. If you don't fall in line, you are becoming an enemy of the state. And we must deal with you. Because at the end of the day, it is only us that can solve our problem. Bro, when you share entertainment industry, do you know how much money international companies are making? They are making billions of dollars from streaming. Music streaming on iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music. Share the talent base of the youth in the creative space. There are companies in Ghana like Uprise Music, they can distribute it to all the stores worldwide, okay? Why is the state not willing to do what? Find a way to generate revenue from this space. And the Obibet Mianya $1 million from only making money out of TikTok, that the state benefit from it, zero. Obi to Minya $1 million from YouTube, Now the state benefits from it zero, but the state is there chasing one city that we are getting from transferring Momo to another person. Why the entertainment space, the tourism space? I am proposing that we should have a project called No Ghana, Ghana for Ghanaians. We should organize domestic tourism. People from the north should be able to go and spend about a week in Volta.
Yeah.
People from Volta supposed to meeting me name Tamale. You understand? So that means that the tourism space alone in Ghana can generate sufficient revenue by making sure that we have good road network. We have Anka Bro Penny, Anka Airport na Mahama see or Hose no.
All right.
When we say I white elephant or ho, plane bakupen echo holder, or call a new passenger head. And but because if you set up something like that, you must do what we call the cost benefit analysis. And then you just suppose that against the patronage. And if you build a thing and there is no patronage, you must do what we call stimulating of what? Demand. So if I want to promote domestic tourism in Ghana, there is Tamale Airport, then there is Ho Airport. So I can organize intercultural tours. So flights can move from Ho and go to what? Tamale to go and spend about a week with proper low-cost housing program. Because South Africa here, you can spend about $5 per night because they have cheap hotels, accommodation facility. But come to Ghana and see. Say, be Ghana. The minimum you pay will be like 200 Ghana cities. And yes, I know sorry,
okay. Anyway, Richard Suma, that's a papa.
Timisu Medawasi, Nyamisha Munya, and the best stress. Put us all together. Obi a person or leader or manubiano, moon creative platform. Idea. So, Ben Mammy, Aquena Bakwa, as a brother, answer catch yourself, your shock could be a ho. Say Ghana for contacting me, me no basube to join me. That's say one mammy opportunity way. Who person contacting me now? Printing poster baku me enu mamia, and I t-shirt baku me enu mamia. Who bet me a frame your 0244 430244 0244 430244. Who am asem akawaku ma be up person printing t-shirt baku pet me here bebre. So Richard me printing t-shirt baku di abuawa. Nyame be shira bebre. And I'm short code nusu a obetimi ama me 1 Ghana cedi o me here be bia fro chain. If 1 million Ghanaians give me one cedi, it's enough for me to organize my campaign. Okay. And to me, the MS stress me short code here star 713 star 713 star 4302 hash. A simple process 4302 hash. Now I donate once. I will be the first person, whether I win the election or not. I will declare my financial statement. Obia o mami be bia no mi di betujwa na Ghana fo ehun say mi ya mi campaign no asibesi mami asibesi mami bi mi wie ye no ni nyira nie aka say anasika ni nyira so ade asan be pa say ye be wie na mi di sika no ahye mi boto no chi na obehu mi na mi drive Land Cruiser na ma page ma backward say na mi kono a enu de NCN NCH me da obia si nyame hira obia na oma ya honde na yentumi hwe oma no ye call so nyame hira obia
Yakopon so hira Richard Suma 2024 independent presidential aspirant ono na ne na oye special guest owo Jumedi so mame fa aye special happy birthday so going come aye mame oye mother for all very virtuous woman your friend also for mame Gladys Osewusu. We are the wife of Pastor Osewusu, over a prayer house international in Sakina branch. So, so for mommy, Gladys Osewusu, you my happy birthday. We couldn't Pastor Osewusu, so my happy birthday. I saw the man, I saw my happy birthday. Prayer house international, Sakina branch. Happy birthday to you. And for me, did you make the SIK champion and producer? Me did the McJerry say AGYEMANG. Me sorry, question Abuaje and a supervisor. Dr. Faradex na ene Kennedy Asantios and executive producers Ochina anopa 5:30 yebese hia na the Ghana muntie near the abrewe neat 100.9 Yankopon encounter